Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am the poor English lord, and welcome to Traffic Management Simulator, or as it's more commonly known, City Skylines. It is April of 2020, and as we may all know, it's deep in the coronavirus outbreak, so we're all locked up and bored at the moment. Hopefully you're staying safe. I am, and I'm trying to keep myself entertained by starting this little project of mine. I hope you will enjoy. It's going to be really weird for me at first because I'm just talking to myself, talking to my computer. Anyone who has tried to make videos for YouTube before may have found this. So good luck trying to get through whatever dribble I come out with over the next 20 or so minutes. We're going to start off just by opening up a whole new game on City Skylines. I haven't played a lot of this. I only recently got it, 20 or so hours on record. So it's not huge, but I have counted, and I've got 20 maps currently available. You can see there's a lot of other stuff I haven't yet got, pretty much all from DLCs, which I haven't bought yet. Thank you, Paradox, for your DLC policy. But I have found a D20, and there are 20 maps. This dice isn't weighted, but it generally rolls 19s. It has the last 2 times I've rolled it. So let's just find out which map we might be starting on. So it's a 6. It's a very professional way of doing it. We've got to count. Let's count together, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Icy Islands. A map I've never played on. A lot of water. It's going to be cold. God. Oh, gotta have it left hand. No, as an Englishman, we drive on the correct side of the road, which is, of course, the left. We need a name for our city. Perhaps the most important part of it. God. So we're cold. Where's cold in England? It's all cold. It's all cold and wet. Not at the moment, though. It's boiling. I was at work the other day. I am able to work. I work outside, splitting logs, and I have terrible sunburn up the right-hand side of my body. It's not nice. I was facing one direction pretty much the whole day, operating the splitting machine. Anyway, oh God, a name. Ooh. I just have no idea. I haven't thought this far ahead. We could just go with just Poor Town. Poor Town works for me. Decent amount of oil, decent amount of ore, not a lot. Farmland, trees, plenty of water. So let's see what's good. Lots of bridges, lots of quite broken up terrain, I reckon. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, as mentioned, this is currently in the middle of the coronavirus. Hopefully in the middle. Hopefully it's nearly over. Coronavirus problems. I hope everyone is safe. I doubt anyone's going to watch this, to be fair. But if you do, thanks for coming along and putting up with my dribble. I hope you enjoy yourselves. And I'll work on trying to improve. But as mentioned, this is the early days of my, I'm going to say, YouTube career. YouTube experience, shall we say. Got a lot of learning to do, a lot of learning how to edit and stuff like that. But hopefully it all comes through. I don't see why it shouldn't. There's plenty of YouTubers out there who've managed to get it to work. Hello, dog. Dog's here. Yeah. So I haven't really got a plan for this because, like I said, I was just rolled for the map rather than carefully selecting one or tailor making one. I don't know whether to have nice green energy in a well laid out city, or good security, or if I just want chaos and disorder, massive pollution. I do like a bit of pollution. All my friends will tell you. Okay, go away. All my friends will tell you I love a bit of pollution. After all, global warming is a myth. It's not a myth. That was a joke. A Christmas joke. Right, what we got here? I haven't really checked the resource map yet. Is that oil? Is that oil? I don't know. Yellow oil? Can you see it on the grid? No. No, that'd be farmland, wasn't it? That'd be oil. It's black over there. I suppose I have a lot of forestry-related industry. I do like having a good industrial sector. Power to the workers. More money for me. Oh, right. The junction's already here. It's going to be tricky. To actually have a lot of land to work with at the moment. A lot of it's wasteful, this water. Now, one thing I love is low density, when it's just turns and bends and more messy, not grids. Grids are ugly. I don't like grids. Poor countries, countries like America, all seem to just be grid based from my experience. I pity you. It is pity, because grids are just the worst. Okay, just start off some road. Work up here. I reckon. Noise. I reckon we'll try and build it out around here and just have a sort of all our houses and stuff sort of built this side over here somewhere, and then have a bridge crossing and having a sort of industrial. All the work will happen over here, I reckon. That sounds like a good plan as any. Probably not going to have any hydropower. I do like the hydropower, the dams and stuff, if you ever get a chance to use them. So we might have to resort to mass pollution, which is fun. I've got a lot to learn in this game, because it's I'm still fairly new to it. And that's probably already people screaming at their monitors, or your tablet devices, whatever you're using. Oh, what a terrible way of doing that. Dude. I suppose I have to edit that out. What are you doing, poor English lord? What are you doing making a mess like this? Cool, what a mess. You should have done it 10 times more efficiently. That's what I imagine people will be saying. But you know what? You may be right, but I have no answer. You're probably right. It's probably a much better way to start off with, to do it properly. However, I'm not doing it that way, so up yours. Yeah. Can we check wind? This thing. Oh, we do have wind. Okay, good. So there's a decent amount of wind actually. I suppose we could have a lot of power being generated out in the bodies of water with the more advanced wind turbines, because they can go into the water, and if that wind's pretty decent, might get a bit out of it. Maybe some on the coast here. 8 megawatts the max power. Yeah, it is. So they'll be working at peak efficiency. But I like my pollution, and it gives us a lot of excess power, at least for a while. So just slap that there. We will move it because I want this to be I think having a nicer area for people to live, rather than having to put up with the terrible noise and what have you. I like having nice areas and bad areas. General rule. See, our demand for housing is still reasonably high. I guess we'll just line the street. Yeah, I know I could be using the flood tool, but that'll do for now. Port Town, let's go. Yeah, make it a little poor, impoverished Alaskan village. Or something. Ah, of course, like an idiot, I've forgotten to water mains. Little tweet things, whatever they're called, chirps, not tweets. Bridge for copyright. Now I've got all that connected up. They've got water, they've got electricity. I've never actually played on a snow map before. Oh, these buildings actually quite nice, with a bit of a light dusting of snow. I know there's stuff about you have to keep you warm and like, yeah, heating. I have to look into how that works. So I've never actually got into it before. I've always played on these sort of moderate temperate maps, which obviously don't have this issue. I might try and keep my waterways clear, because there is so much, so much not just white islands surrounded by brown water. Might not be so nice. We might have to work on getting those sewage treatment plants, that sort of thing. Already planning ahead, because I'm a pro gamer and that's what we do. We always plan 10 moves in advance. You've got to be planning for your next game. That's what we've got to do. That's what my mate and I sort of got up to when we used to play Star Wars X-Wing, which has had an update fairly recently. We used to play a bit more of it in the old edition. We don't meet up so often anymore, which is a shame, but because it is a good game, X-Wing, I do quite like playing it. But we always joked about him taking the turn, taking so long, and he always was saying that he's planning 5 moves in advance, and that sort of then stretched to 10 moves in advance, and so on until he was planning for the next game, whilst we were in the middle of what we were up to. For those of you who do play tabletop games of any type, it is pretty annoying when the person you're with is just taking forever to lock in their moves. If you haven't played Star Wars X-Wing before, I do think you should check it out. Not sponsored by the companies that makes it, but it is quite an enjoyable game. You sort of have to lock in moves on a movement dial and activate pilots at various initiative steps and move them about that way. And having to plan in that way and sort of lock in a decision on a dial to what maneuver they're going to make does make for quite interesting, I think, quite interesting gameplay. Probably a lot more than this, which is to very slowly, because I haven't turned the speed up, watch a few houses appear on they're quite camouflaged houses actually. Everything is white. Let's see about melting this snow. We've already melted the snow off that tree. That's good. Oh, maybe that's our plan. Our plan should be to melt all the snow. Yes. Get rid of the snow. That sounds like a good objective setting. Just get this closer to the part of the coast. We can have a first road dipping in. I'll try and keep that rock feature, so just demolishing it. We'll work around it. Little the rock shops. Oh, they only sell sticks of rock. That'd make these people's lives very, very difficult. Very, very sugary. Very difficult. I mean, I think all this sewage getting pumped in here might try and reduce the amount of sewage we pump in, if we can. Just because there's no way to flush it away to. Whenever I have a map that starts more on the coast, yeah, I'll just pump all my sewage into it because it's sort of just washed off camera. I don't have to worry about it. But this will stay, and of course they're already crying out for water. I'm connecting them up. There you are. Let me drink now, and then we'll just slap some people have a place to work. I'll finally use the tool. There we are. Place for people to work. Just down here. I need to get some water. Just run down to you boys. Just get it up there. That looks fine. If you do have any advice for how to play this game, or any advice on how to do a channel like this, I'm always willing to accept advice and criticism or what have you. Just be nice. Be nice to each other as well. We're all very fed up and bored probably in our quarantine. If you are in quarantine, which you assume people are. Power. They'll connect themselves up. Won't have to worry about it. Yeah, they'll connect themselves up and won't have to worry any electric pylons. Was I making a point? I can't remember. Tell you what, it's very difficult to think about interesting things to say and play a game. I have a newfound respect for people who do this for a living and not just something to do on a Sunday afternoon. This industry. We got box factory. I wonder what they're using. Some of these big containers, like fluid containers. That's not how you make boxes. I didn't think it was. The population's growing very slowly. Look, only 2 people a week. But you know, money's all right, I guess. $300. It's very cold. Yes, it's very cold. For me, as an Englishman, when we get down to, obviously winter's recently finished. Yeah, I think the coldest it got about like 3 below freezing. I think it was like the coldest I ever saw, and that was like 5 o'clock in the morning when I had to get up. If that might even be warmer than that. Oh! Ah! So it begins. And now a little hamlet. Snow dump. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Definitely end up probably using that. Considering the environment. Landfills are going to need their medical return, which is good. Okay. What's the next goal? Worthy village. 650 people. Right. Okay, we've got a bit more demand for housing coming through. Might try and build up around here a bit more. Fill up this space a bit. Keep them away from the industry. Even though, like I said, it was only going to be temporary industry over there, but we'll try and keep them separate from it. I'm not running any mods, if anyone asks. Got any good suggestions for mods? You know, all ears. All ears for some mods that might help in some way, make life a bit easier for everyone involved. Again, I play a lot of games on vanilla. Don't really get into modding or DLCs or anything like that. Generally find them not too interested. A lot of games I think are good enough, as is. There's probably the best coverage, isn't it? It's main crossroads at the moment. Yeah, slap it in there. Make a decision. Landfill. So the other one was under snow. Wow, place there. $5 grand, 32 a week. I think the roads, none of the roads have become blocked with snow, are they? We won't do that just yet. That's not how you reverse a trailer. I tell you that now. Where do we go? We just got the little hospital down. Do we want a school already? Are we rich enough to afford a school? 160 a week. That's most of our weekly income. Sod it. Why not? Let's get our little school in. Boom. We will start needing processing the rubbish. That's right, the rubbish. Being an Englishman, it is the rubbish, not trash. And yeah, get our little tip going. Not getting enough workers. I guess we could throw out a few more buildings. Yeah, just build up this little round here, this little cul-de-sac, whatever. Make that one a commercial just to balance the books a bit. Right, we've got a little strip of road, possibly just sort of like that, I think. Straight, just a little rubbish corner. I'll knock any of these lovely factories over. I'll slap it there. Can I change that? Yes. Let's call this dump truck road. Priority road. No, I don't think it's going to be priority road. Press enter. Boom. Got to press enter. Many times people just click off that and it doesn't change the name. Press enter. Remember that. Okay. Well, we've got a start. Population are growing up a fair bit quicker. Got one of all the buildings down. Got water generation, power generation. Plenty of surplus. Well, as it says here, if you read over the colder it gets, the more electricity is required. So we're going to have to really keep an eye on that electricity. Get plenty of power generators down. Some nuclear reactors later on. We have a school, healthcare, rubbish processing. I think we're pretty much set to start. And yeah, you may have already noticed my style of curved roads just sort of looping around each other in a mangled mess, which I think ends up looking quite nice, with just roads squiggling amongst themselves, trying to avoid junctions where possible, because junctions really cause problems. Mini roundabouts are just fantastic, but this game doesn't seem to be able to operate a proper mini roundabout. It's junctions or nothing. Chance good, frankly. It's a mini roundabout. Roundabouts, come on, countries of the world, adopt them if you haven't already. They are much better than box junctions. But I think that's as good a place as any to leave this first instalment. I hope you all enjoyed this rambling entry into onto the internet of our little town of Poor Town. We might change the name if anyone leaves suggestions. See how this goes. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.